found TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. In just a few minutes, we'll be right with you with another award-winning, action-packed edition of your Tony Basilio Show. You found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio Show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word. Another award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. You found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com.
WJBE 1040 AM, 99.7 FM. Translator W259AB. Powell, Knoxville.
I'm pretty excited, Will Heflin. How about you, brother? Live today at Calhoun's on the River. This is what it's all about. I already see a Cincinnati fan here. Fired up, focused, and prepared. I love that UC color. I always have. And here we are, bro. Excited to be here, man. It's baseball. Let's do it.
Best time of the year for college baseball season. Man, it's going to be a fun tournament.
And you nailed it. You nailed it. One of my boy over here, one of my boys who will remain nameless, said that he jumped on a few minutes ago over at VIP Play. He's playing Cincinnati in that on the money line to win against Wake Forest today. Your thoughts on that?
Not betting advice, but I don't hate it. I'll tell you that.
Well, here's my thing about Cincinnati. In college baseball, and we've seen that this year with our team, when I put pressure on you and force you to make plays and I play my game. Now, if I play a game that can hit a team that can hit 3-run home runs in high supply, I'm in big trouble. I'm going to get run out. When I play a team that Vanderbilt this weekend, I was talking to your boy Billy Derrick a few seconds ago. I said, Billy, I don't know that Vanderbilt gets out of the regional this weekend. They got two teams down there that can hit home runs. When you got a team that's built like Vanderbilt's team and you get a team in front of you that can hit home runs, that's got to be a scary thing for them. That's a scary draw for Vandy.
Yeah, it's not it's not an easy draw. Vanderbilt's shown some power as of late, so that may be an offensive regional, which a month and a half ago you would have said, Vanderbilt's going to try to pitch and play defense their way to getting through that thing. But shoot, looks like a couple teams full of some mashers now. I mean, ETSU really good offensively. Louisville does it in multiple ways.
Yep.
You could see some high scores in that regional. Maybe not. Maybe they pitch it.
Maybe they pitch it. But
if
you don't pitch it, you're in trouble.
Well, yeah, that's anywhere.
By the way, I put Will Heflin's postseason line today over at tclub.team and asked, who am I? Let me tell you something about Will. Willie's accomplished. Willie did it in the jam in the postseason, okay? You go to tclub.team right now and look at Will's numbers that he put up in the postseason, and he'll be on with you live tonight. Garza Law, Tennessee Baseball, Extra Innings. We're live today at Calhoun's on the River. It is an absolute pleasure. Make this your home base if you're coming in for the event this weekend, whether it's before, during, and after the game. I got some UC fans in here. I might have to buy them lunch today. Will I help my mojo, by buying them lunch, or should I stay away from them based on what you've seen of me so far?
Can't hurt. You believe in karma?
Well, I don't know. Brian Hartman thinks I'm a human jinx, and so does Matt Dixon. And I hope Dixon gets down here at some point today. I got to share a story with you, and then get a timeout in here because I got to bring Huguenin in here. There's a lot of stuff going on in the SEC, and we'll talk about it. But before we do, Griffin Merritt, who played at Cincinnati, who played at Tennessee as a graduate student, Griffin Merritt was on with us yesterday. And I was talking to him. He had mentioned that he had an uncle coming in, and I talked to him about, helping his uncle get a ticket to tomorrow's game, which we were able to do that because I like to help people.
Good for you.
Help those players. Anyway, so Griffin's in dental school at Ohio State, and he's that's a tough deal. But he's going to get free this weekend. And he gave me the perspective. He gave me a perspective here of how special this thing is, and I wanted to share this with people. I want to bounce it off of you. Because Laura and I were sitting there talking to him yesterday after the show, and he said that his uncle was coming in for the game today, okay? And then he was going to go back, and then he's going to come back for tomorrow's game. But he's going to watch the Cincinnati game and the Tennessee game tonight. He said, my uncle loves Tennessee sports now after my 1 year being here. He said, now we have it's weird. You think about the transfer era. He said, I now have a dual citizenship in sports. He was telling me off the air. He said, a bunch of my family members are now Tennessee fans. He said, but my uncle's driving back up and back twice from Cincinnati to come here. Is that cool or what, man?
That's awesome. And he was a graduate transfer.
That's correct.
So, just kind of the feel good. Everybody's,
Everybody
happy
wins.
for him. Everybody won. And that is one sharp dude. You want to talk about a sharp dude, and made some huge swings on that 23 team that really needed some leaders to step up.
Yeah.
Man, you want to talk about a VFL, Griffin Merritt, 1 year, doesn't matter. That man made an impact.
It's a neat story, isn't it?
Yeah, he's so easy to root for, and obviously going to be very successful in life. No surprise that he's going to be a dentist.
Yep.
But good guy to have on the show, and it's a pretty infectious place. You talk about his family being Tennessee fans. My in-laws had never watched Tennessee baseball, and they obviously got into it when I was playing, and now they don't miss a game. And that's how a lot of people are around here. Whether or not they had a family member play or not, a lot of people have been Tennessee baseball fans since kind of that 2021 post-COVID season, and that's when things turn.
Blow it up.
Blow it up.
Well, the thing is, like, these Cincinnati fans are sitting here. Another thing I was talking to Griffin about, because I've always had an affinity for Cincinnati. I think it's kind of an interesting and unique place. It's similar to where we live in that the people are really good people, and they love their sports there. Those people love their sports. It's a shame that Major League Baseball is so screwed up financially that they won't all share their money, because Bino's Yankees have to hoard all the money. Bino's not here to defend himself today. And the Dodgers have to buy all the players. And the Reds, when I was a kid, the Reds had great teams. The Pirates and the Phillies had great rivalries. And the Pirates, a couple weeks ago, Phillies played them, and I'm looking at them, I'm going, man, they're throwing a quad A baseball team out there with Paul Skeens every 4 days. That's what they have. They have a minor league baseball team with Paul Skeens pitching every 4 days. But that's a great sports town. So I want to welcome anybody in from Cincinnati that's listening to us driving in or whatever. And then for the Wake Forest fans that have come in this weekend, long trip for nothing for you. You people stole Chase Burns from us. You absolutely. How do we say this in a very nice way, a very kind way? I'm trying to find a tactful way. You tampered with him, and this Dallas kid. If this Dallas kid gets this ball, if Tennessee plays them tomorrow, if they get by Cincinnati today, and Tennessee plays them tomorrow, and that Dallas kid gets that ball tomorrow, what's that going to be like in there for him?
Not like it would have been for Chase Burns.
No doubt.
I mean, yeah, he came from Tennessee, but kind of had an up and down year as a freshman, and just didn't see a path for him to get the innings that he was looking for. So made the decision to go. But yeah, you threw out that T word. That's a strong word.
Hey man,
tampering.
You got to tamper, dude.
Maybe it's just as simple as we ain't got nothing for him, and we kind of have a nice friendly matchup with Cincinnati. If that were a very competitive game, but a lot of respect. Maybe a little bit more tension if it ends up being Tennessee Wake Forest at any point this weekend. But a lot of people don't remember we actually opened up at Cincinnati one of my middle years. It was either 18 or 19. I can't remember.
Was it fun?
It was it was cold. Be the last time
you don't
decided
say
to drive north in February, but those fans got to see Garrett Crochet go 8 and a third innings.
Oh, the great Garrett Crochet.
Game one, and I think we ended up winning like a 3-2, very well-pitched game. But, at the time, nobody really knew who the guy was, and now he's who he is for the Red Sox. So kind of a little interesting little nugget up for that. Tennessee did end up sweeping that series, but Cincinnati has certainly gotten a lot better since then. That was, now 6 years ago.
We're going to come back on the other side. Upon the continuance here at Calhoun's on the River, come out, eat some lunch, talk some sports. There's already some people out here. Thank you all for being here. The inclement weather has been around our area. Please be careful. I understand a tornado touched down a little about an hour and a half ago in Sweetwater. So that's a little scary. I told Eric Waddell that, who's driving up from Atlanta. I said, where are you? He said, I'm in Cleveland. I said, well, this was like an hour ago. I said, tornado just touched down about 25 minutes. He goes, you got to be kidding me. I said, do you have a phone on you there, big boy? Is your phone on, big boy? At any rate, we'll come back on the other side. I want to give a shout-out to the Cools, who are cooler than the other side of the pill-yo, and a yo-yo-yo to them as well. We're going to continue upon the continuance. Mike Huguenin will join the fray. The SEC's had their meetings this week. Tennessee very quietly kind of went along with what they're saying, but what a joke. If you think Tennessee for 5 seconds is going to adhere to some stupid plan that commissioner is selling, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. As we continue with more on the other side after this.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Why is it so stuffy in here? Don't tell me the AC's broken again. Ugh. No matter the season, a broken air conditioner or HVAC system is a nightmare. And with warm weather here to stay, it's more important than ever to keep you and your family comfortable and safe before summer's heat arrives. If you need emergency HVAC repairs, routine preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month, get up to a $1,000 discount when you buy and install a new air conditioner or HVAC system. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards, so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Jeff Hall here. I'm a partner at Rather & Kittrell Capital Management. And here at Rather & Kittrell, we understand that life is full of transitions. Since 2000, our team of dedicated certified financial planners has been helping individuals, families, and businesses navigate these changes with confidence. From comprehensive wealth management to tailored retirement plans, we're committed to guiding you toward a secure financial future. Ready to take the next step? Visit rkcapital.com or call us at 865-218-8400 to start your journey today. Rather & Kittrell is a registered investment advisor.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
A lime is not always just a lime. You see, some limes are lucky. For when a lime joins the salted rim of a crisp, refreshing Tres Dos Equis, that lime is no longer a mere lime, but a wedge of renowned Mexican limón. Muchas gracias, limón. and also de nada. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi there, Basilio crew. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. If you're thinking about selling your home, I've got good news for you. The East Tennessee and Knoxville areas are projected to have another strong year. I'll be happy to talk with you about the latest and greatest info you need. So give me a call at 865-694-5904 or contact me at nextmovesmokymountains.com. Hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. T to the B back with you, getting fired up, folks, and prepared for another great weekend here. Of course, Tennessee's hosting in baseball. It is phenomenal. I love the flavor. We got a little bit of the flavor of everything out here. Got some Cincinnati fans early on out on the porch. Shout out Eric Waddell, who's coming up. Shout out to Griffin Merritt's uncle, who's going to be in the house today as well. It's unbelievable, Andy Mack. But in the meantime, let me go now to our Friday guest du jour, standing by on your TLD Logistics phone line. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Meet and greet Mike Huguenin, who makes another return appearance, along with the great Will Heflin, who's beside me in lieu of Bino today, who's Bino's gone in search of. He's in search of his swing, and I hope he finds it this weekend. Hughie, how we doing, brother?
We're doing well. We got a lot to talk about, obviously.
Hughie, when you see this stuff coming out at the SEC meetings, I mean, are these people serious, Hughie?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, they are. The money involved, I think, it's like you have something on the right, something on the left, and something in the middle. Something on the right is sort of like nirvana. This is the way everything, here's a perfect world on your right. The middle's where we are now. The left is where all the money is, and everybody is turning left because that's the bottom line. Any decision made in college athletics these days, this is not news breaking, but everything's about money. But the problem is it's become such a money grab that a lot of the things that are good about college athletics are sort of being trampled on.
And
that's not news breaking either. It's just the trampling has gotten, used to be like you would sort of tiptoe through. Now you're wearing boots and you're on purpose stamping through things.
It doesn't even matter. Like, we used to use the term crass commercialism, right, back in the day. There's nothing crass about what they do now. It's beyond.
It's beyond crass. Exactly.
It's disgusting. So, yesterday John Adams was with us, and we were talking about, some of the things that they're talking about, like at the end of the year having a play-in game,
games for a
which is
playoff
why do you
even play the regular season then?
Just
put all the teams together. Put the teams with the best, supposedly the best rosters, and have them play off. It's beyond pitiful. You said you had Cincinnati fans there, so obviously the Big 12 team. If you're Brett Yormark and you're Jim Phillips, the commissioners of the Big 12 and ACC, I think that you're thinking, I got some good ideas here. Why doesn't anybody listen? It's because they don't care what you think.
That's exactly right.
Sankey basically doing, something. We have all the power. We are he who has the gold makes the rules. We got the gold. We're making all the rules. And if you don't like it, fine, lump it. We don't care. Phillips,
disgusting.
I think Yormark is a sharp dude. I think Phillips is not quite as sharp, but he has been around college athletics for a long time. As a Big Ten AD, I think he has some interesting perspectives, but those guys have zero say in how things are going.
And I'm talking like zero, and zero just left town, and the great Mike Huguenin's joining us. The SEC is talking about a couple of different things, and they're talking them through. I cannot believe that they have not announced a 9-game schedule. And the reason, Hughie, my understanding is, talking to people, the reason they haven't is that the $80 million per year they're set to make from ESPN is not enough for them. Now, that's $5 million per team for playing one extra football game. $5 million, from my perspective, would fund your women's basketball program and your women's softball program. $5 million, Huguenin, and it's not enough for them. These people are
There's a story in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that an extra SEC home game would bring in about $4 million for Georgia for ticket sales. So basically, then, if that's potentially $9 million for playing one more conference game. But in that same story, they quoted the Georgia AD as, I'm not going to answer if we should play 9. And they quoted Kirby Smart basically saying, well, this is a tough league. Are we really sure we want to add a potential another loss? And I'm thinking, oh, God, I don't know. It's disconcerting for a league that likes to trumpet how great it is to be this chickeny. I can't say the word I want to say because we'll get in trouble. But just man up and play the game, man. At some point, if you're a fan of an SEC team, I don't want to see you play Middle Tennessee. I want to see you play another conference opponent, especially if it's a 16-team league. And remember, this is the same league. Texas A&M has been in the SEC since 2012. Georgia has yet to play a game of football in College Station because that's how messed up the SEC schedule is.
I bow my head when I say thy name, the great Mike Huguenin joining. Next to me, Chef Not Chef, as his friends call him. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Heflin, the VIP play Will, as we like to call him, because everybody's a VIP, and Will certainly meets that description when he's in my presence at any rate. Hey, Will, let me ask you something, and we'll bounce this to Hughie. So check this out. They're talking about 2 different formats for the college football 16-team playoff, okay? A 5+11, which is the 4 power leagues. Everybody gets a bid at the end, the champion. Mm-hmm. And then you got the one group of 5 because we have to pretend, and we're going to continue to pretend. Mm-hmm. Then the second format is the 4-4 model, 4-4-2 model, where the Power League, the SEC and the Big Ten get 4 each. Mm-hmm. The other leagues get a couple. Then you got 1 over here, and then you have a couple wild cards. Mm-hmm. What's better?
The whole conference championship play-in to the playoff where the 4th place team in the SEC is going to Atlanta to play, the winner for a spot, and then you've got the 2-3. Like, what are we doing? what are we doing? I think the 5-11 makes sense. You do the highest ranked conference champions, and then everybody else is, what's that, 11 at-large seeds?
It'd be crazy. Just if they did that, Huggy, if they did that, the arguing at the end of that would be utterly insane. And you know what it would force the league to do? It would force our league to go to 9 games, and it would force all leagues to play better schedules. If you did, the more I think about it, because originally yesterday I did not like it, but the more I think about that, it would create a meritocracy. It would force these people, like in baseball. We watch this baseball tournament, Hughie. Some of these teams didn't get in because they didn't play schedules commensurate with others. That's even though they had the wins to do it, their RPIs weren't good enough. To me, I like the 5-11. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the 5-11
and you bring
as
up
well.
the RPI is a good point.
Yeah,
because there's nothing like that in football.
Is good, but you also had stuff at the SEC meetings. You had the Florida AD saying, do we really need a selection committee? And then I'm thinking, well, that used to be the BCS computers, and you guys hated that as well. So the SEC. This is a long-winded way of saying the SEC wants all 16, obviously, but the 5-11 model I think is the best one because technically it's the 16 best teams. And I think you can bake in a strength of schedule component using a computer model of some kind. At that point, if you go 9-3, 9-3 can be better than 10-2. And I know last year Kiffin was one of the ones saying, we played a really hard schedule. Why don't they take that into account? Well, they did take that into account, Lane, and you lost to Florida. That's why you're not in the playoff. So a 9-3 Ole Miss would have made it last year. I think the 5-11 is the way to go. It makes the most sense, which means that it's probably not going to occur. Because if there's anything that's the last 20 years of college athletics has shown us, it's that these supposed academicians are extremely nonsensical with a hell of a lot of their decisions. Maybe I'll be wrong on this, and I hope I am, but 5-11 makes the most sense to me.
The great Mike Huguenin, and I bow thy head when I say thy name as we break it down scientifically on a day where it is unbelievable, Andy, and we're excited to be here. Hughie, so what do you make of this whole the NCAA continuing the charade of getting behind the house case because Greg Sankey wants to do that right now? I mean, I don't understand just the charade of the charade. Why are these people, Tennessee, saying, like out loud, let's quit pretending? Why don't we just quit pretending, Hughie, and jump right to where we're going?
I think they want some kind of legal guardrail set up. I think they're, again, think about the political situation in this country. College athletic leaders want Congress to weigh in. Seriously, take a step back and think about that. They're basically saying we need Congress's help, and you're like, oh my God, these people are beyond help. But I do think they want legal guardrails. The idea that the Power 4 leagues are asking their members to sign basically a pledge saying we're going to follow the College Sports Commission rules and not state laws is interesting, and that's a direct reflection of what happened in the Tennessee state legislature. But you talk to enough people, you talk to anybody who's a lawyer, and they're like, well, yeah, you can sign the pledge, but let's get serious here. As soon as something goes wrong, there's going to be lawsuits filed. And I can remember one story I read a couple months ago regarding the House settlement situation. You're talking about a group that's in school now and a group that's already finished because they're going to, have those payments after the fact. You're not taking into account the current 12-year-old who might become the next Michael Jordan, who gets to college and says, why am I being bound by rules that were written in 2024? That's 6 years ago. I'm not playing by these rules, so I'm suing. So the idea that the House settlement is going to, be the panacea that all these athletic department people want is ludicrous. But the idea of, I think that the goal here is let's get this settlement done. Let's use the $20.5 million, and let's start trying to make this work. And I think there are some people in athletics who are like, okay, we know this isn't going to work, but at least it's something to go on, and we can tweak it as it goes. But, yeah, the idea that it's amazing to me to hear the number of people who think, oh, House v. NCAA will settle this once and for all. No, it won't. Let's get serious.
It's a joke. For about a month it's going to settle it, as the great Mike Huguenin joins.
Maybe 9 to 12 months, and then everything's going to it's not going to be the panacea. But
right back
at least
in the
it would be a legal guardrail at the start.
Yep.
So
I got to say this. It would not be a Tennessee baseball Friday if it didn't rain cats and dogs. And now it's literally raining sideways here. But we're enclosed at Calhoun's on the river. That's a great thing. So come down this weekend. Before, during, and after the game, it's unbelievable. The service, the food, the fun, the frivolity, the sight lines. Shout out to the folks that have made it out on the deck today. Shout out to everybody. I'm shouting everybody out. It's unbelievable. Shout it out loud. Kiss, a record that no doubt Hughie had back in the day. Did you have Kiss Alive 1 or Kiss Alive 2, Hughie?
Neither.
The great Mike Huguenin. Hughie, on the way out here. The SEC has announced the first 3 weeks kickoff times. I'm loving it loud because Tennessee's got a noon start and 3:30 starts, which means that when we're doing our post-game show, I don't have to lose like 9 hours of sleep. And it's all about me, after all. I'm the main character in this deal. But, Hughie, what about that opening weekend? Talk about a banger. Ohio State and Texas there in a noon start. And poor Tennessee and Syracuse in wrestling, they would call that a dark match. They're over there playing in the dark while Ohio State and Texas are playing over on Fox. And here's the thing. People say, well, why'd they do that? The reason they did that is the SEC is so powerful. They did not want to mess with Alabama, Florida State, and they did not want to mess with that LSU game at night. So they're doing the big noon package over there. They're carving out their niche over there. Ohio State and Texas, that's going to be one crazy football game. And one thing I'd like to know, Hughie, that none of us will know, what do you think the NIL budgets combined are of those two teams? A third world nation, maybe? I mean, seriously.
If you add in the House settlement, I would think it'd be close to $75 million.
Thank you very little.
Seriously.
$75 million. Thank you very little.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. But, actually, Ohio State wanted that game to kick off at night, but Texas said no. So, and everybody's mad at Texas now.
Oh, is that right? Is that the backstory? So Texas said no to a night game?
Yeah, Texas said no to a night game. I was going to say everybody in Ohio is mad at Texas now, but everybody in Ohio is always mad. So it doesn't really matter.
Well, those Ohio State people.
I guess it was written into the contract that Texas, as a visiting team, has a say in the TV aspect, and Texas said no, we want to play at noon.
Hughie, think of the worst people group you can think of, the most irascible, unlikable, quarrelsome people group you can think of, and then there's the Ohio State fans on their own little island. The worst people group known to mankind. No offense to them.
No, that's true. That they are they're a rabid fan base.
Awful.
And rabid, I mean that literally sometimes.
Awful.
So.
Hey, Hughie, on the way out, give me a final thought. You've been incredible. You've brought the rain today, Hughie.
The NCAA president, Charlie Baker, saying we could have 72 teams or 76 teams in the NCAA tournament. Let's do it as soon as next season. And you're like, come on, guys. And every story I've read says, they're not making any. They're not the money they think they're gonna make is not what they're gonna make. So let's everybody put their hands together for more teams that finish under 500 in their league making the NCAA tournament, because it's not going to benefit. It's not going to benefit the mid majors. It's going to benefit the high RPI. I'm sorry, the high. I forget what it's called now. high net rating power conference teams that finish 6-12 in their league. They'll be playing for the national title in basketball.
Hugo, you're my main man. I love you. Thank you, brother.
All right, talk to you next week. Thanks, man.
Great Mike Huguenin.
Tony.
Yeah.
We should be banned for at least 4 years from saying a word about Ohio State. We went up there and renamed that place Neyland North and got the brakes beat off of us. I'm on a personal mission to, somewhat bring some sanity to Vol Twitter. We looked like absolute fools into that game. So let's pump the brakes on Ohio State banter.
But our fan base won the game, man.
I like
when our kids
at least
came
we
out.
renamed the stadium.
Hey,
you know?
our kids came out. Would they come out without shirts on?
Oh yeah, real tough.
Real tough.
Yeah, real tough.
And then got absolutely obliterated. Like obliterated.
Yeah, most fan bases say what we say, what you said about them. They say that about us. So
we're the worst.
We just need to be.
Fan base.
We just need to be.
Listen, our fan base is the one that the term "twittiot" was invented for. These people attack Chris Burke when he's on television because he gives credit to like the other day with Vandy. He gave them a little credit during that game. They were like, what did Chris Burke have to do with us getting run rolled in that game?
You would have thought he played at Vandy. You would have thought he played at Vandy the way. Hey, we got representation from all three in the regional here now, except for the black and gold. Where is Wake Forest? We got nothing for them, do we?
Those people are totally frou-frou. I guarantee you because usually you say like family and friends. I guarantee you there's some family that don't want any of that today. They know what's getting ready to happen to them. Cincinnati's getting ready to rain it down on them, big boy.
It's a tough baseball team.
Cool's on the money line. I'm on the money line. They are a tough baseball team.
Tough as nails.
You respect that.
I love it. They're fun to watch. I've watched them a lot this year. There's several Big 12 teams that are going to be hunting down some regionals. They got 8 teams in the NCAA tournament and not a single host site. How do you get 8 teams in as a conference and 0 hosts? A little disrespectful.
Let me say this.
It might be proving a point.
I'm on the VIP play right now. I'm over at tclub.team. Check it out. Use the promo code TNTony. This is Tony Basilio's Volunteer State Pick 3. It reaches from Knoxville all the way to Nashville, and here it goes. I got Tennessee on the money line today versus Miami of Ohio. I've got Cincinnati on the money line versus Wake Forest. You're 2-0. I've got Louisville on the money line versus ETSU, which will not be easy. That's the game in that bet that I feel worst about. But Louisville should win that game. I got that thing juiced up to plus 345 for you. Let's go! Let's go! Bet 5, get 100 in free bets, and let's do it. Willie, what else do we need to know?
Well, that Louisville ETSU game is very intriguing. It's over in Nashville. ETSU is from the state, so it qualifies. Cincinnati and Wake Forest, neither from Tennessee, but playing in Knoxville. Yep. So that's why it's, the Volunteer State Pick 3. But I'm telling you, man, this may be one of the most compelling and just wild NCAA baseball tournaments that we've seen in a couple years. Tennessee won it in 24 as the 1 seed. LSU was the 2 seed in 23 and won it. That probably ain't happening this year. Now, it may be Vanderbilt or Texas or Arkansas, one of those top 3 when we get to the end. But if you look up and see more than a couple national seeds make it to Omaha, I'd be real surprised if over half the field was a top 8 seed. Wouldn't you?
How many 2 seeds?
Ooh.
Or, I'm sorry, how about this?
How many non-1 seeds?
How many non-1 seeds this weekend lose? And if you were installing an over-under to get action going both ways, if you were going to be like Robert Killer Kowalski, what would the number be? Out of the 16 teams, how many ones don't get out this weekend?
That's a great question. So you got 16 brackets.
I'm going 4.5 is my number.
See, I was
4.5 is my number. I'm on action both ways. Either 3.5 or 4.5.
I think you'd get a lot on the over at 4.5. I'm gonna go a nice even 6.
Really? So 5.5? Really?
6 with a little bit of juice on the under. I think 5's a great. I think 5 is how many you see. 5, 11 hosts make it through, and 5. And the number on 3 or 4 seeds is 1.5.
It's a great sport, man. It's a great time of the year. It's a great sport. Our Tennessee team is certainly capable of getting out of this weekend, and they're capable of imploding in their own building. I've seen enough of this team. I'm going to say it right out loud. When you're playing yourself, when you walk out on a baseball diamond, you're capable of beating me, and you're capable of beating you. And this team plays itself better than any team I've ever seen. This thing they do, Will, and you've said it all year, when they make the one error and it turns into 4 runs because a pitcher, and you pitched, there is no picking up. Anytime there's an error, I gotta. What do you think that number is, percentage-wise, when an error is made, those guys score in this deal? It's got to be over 70%, right? It's got to be, especially in league games. It's uncanny, isn't it?
Well, the game is supposed to get you, right?
Yeah.
When you make those errors, it's supposed to hurt. But when you got big-time guys on the mound with some stomach and some gumption, you can overcome that sometimes. And Tennessee needs a guy to say, you know what, I'm going to help a teammate out here and get a punch out after an error or something like that. They haven't been good at minimizing it. It just seems like those mistakes get magnified because of what happens after. But, a lot to learn from. They could be better at it going into the postseason. It could be a deal where they've learned from it and use it as kind of prior information to be better.
Today over at tclub.team, I asked the following question. Who am I? 4 postseason games at the University of Tennessee. 10.2 innings pitched. I gave up 7 hits. A little high on the hits number. I gave up 1 earned run to show you how mentally tough I am. I gave up 3 base on balls. In 10.2 innings pitched, I struck out 17 batters. I had a .88 ERA. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is the guy that will be hosting Garza Law Extra Innings tonight after the Ohio game. His name is Superstar Will Heflin, and he had no idea. I put that in there today in the blog, and he's like, Tony, stop it. But, Will, I look at that, and you didn't pitch against, like, chop liver teams. I remember you in that Liberty series. They handed you the ball, and you went long and strong in that against a good ball club. The first Tony Vols run to the World Series, you were right smack dab in the middle of that. And you guys, coming into that, were coming off a period where you didn't know if you could do that, did you? I mean, that was all uncharted territory. I remember Tony, after that LSU Super Regional, rolling around into the stands. What was that like on the field out there? That whole thing, what was that like?
Nobody knew what to do. It was just total euphoric blackout moment. I mean, that wasn't the expectation. You know what I mean? And so a lot of pride and feeling like we kind of built that expectation around here and showed those young guys how to win. And you've seen the demeanor change each year now. There's just more expectation, and they've used
exactly
that well.
Right.
They've used it well. That's
right.
They draw confidence from that, but and also they've already gotten over the hump, so they don't get the added pressure from it like Arkansas is facing because they haven't gotten a national championship out of it yet.
Yeah.
But you can see it's just a well-oiled machine when this team gets into the postseason. It's like, yep, been here, done this. Let's get the big play and let's keep on going. So it's cool to see how it's come to fruition, and the coaching staff has changed the way they act a little bit too. Tony's not running into the stands anymore.
I don't like that. You know, one thing I'm going to tell Tony, and I mean this in the summer, because he's going to say, how come our crowd's not as juiced up as they used to be? And I'm going to say to him 2 things. One, you got people in there that you don't have the common fan in there anymore. You got money people in there. That's one. I like money people. Money people make the world go round, but you need to mix it up a little bit. You got to get your students closer to the deal. I'm going to keep it real. Second thing I'm going to tell him is this place feeds on you acting like a maniac, and you need to get back to acting like a damn wrestling manager, like your Jim Cornette over there on the side, stirring people all up, screaming and yelling at umpires. And, Will, you know I'm right. This place loves when he or Frank comes out, and I know they made a calculated decision after that deal with the Notre Dame series. I know they did. And they reeled it back in. That thing, when they were reeled out that whole season, was the craziest, funniest, most insane thing I've ever witnessed. That must have been so crazy for you guys on the front end. Because Tony, when you were on the mound, what kind of stuff would he just scream at umpires? I guarantee it was insane.
Well, he's so quick. Most people haven't even processed what's happened.
Yeah.
And he's already full bore into the thing. And he is just... It's really hard to explain. And, yeah, it's been a calculated decision to kind of mellow out a little bit. And he was like that last year, but you had guys like Simo and Blake Burke.
Right. You had that's what I'm saying.
They didn't need to be.
Fill the vacuum. He this year needs to fill. Well, I'm just saying it out loud.
They've got guys that are doing it. Andrew Fisher's stirring it up, right? But
this team needs some more dogs.
It's got to be a collective effort. And
I
don't. You know how I was. I don't really love the
crowd,
the crazy. Like I was a pretty mellow player.
True or false? If you want to get that crowd back rowdy, Tony gets more animated. That crowd takes their cues from him. Yes or no? I'm speaking the truth.
You would get them rowdy, but I don't know that that's a long-term solution. That may be a short-term.
I'm speaking the truth. Am I speaking the truth, boys? That's who we are. Two things we love here. Okay, free T-shirts at college basketball games. Okay, even the quadrillionaires dive all over each other for the $5. Never seen anything like it. And yelling at referees. You know why? Because we have a professional wrestling culture here. And I'm for it, not against it. We love screaming at the refs.
You're saying we need to embrace
who we are.
Embrace who we are.
And Tony needs to embrace who he is. He's a maniac. Hey, Tony is the guy that started the Auburn game, okay? When everybody and their mother said, what are we doing on that Friday night? Because he had a source at the National Weather Service. And I love him. Now, I have not broken this out. I cannot wait to call him the weatherman when we get past this season. Like in the middle of the winter, I'm going to say, hey, T, I want to know, man, I'm getting out this afternoon. What's the weather forecast? And he's going to say, go have yourself. We're going to come back on the other. But in the meantime, Tennessee has a really compelling regional. And Will thinks, and I agree with him. In fact, we're going to look at some of them, and I want to hear from you. Do you believe that this team now is going to flip the switch and play its best baseball? Is that going to happen? Is that going to happen? 865-200-5402. I'll tell you this. It is literally an all-star of brain donors out here on the porch today. I love it. There are some American originals out here today. I'm not going to shout any names out because a few of them are playing hooky from work. But there are some American originals out here on this porch today. I love it. The Carvers are in the house. God, it's unbelievable, Andy. The Fighting Chapmans of Cock County holding it down up there. Spurs and Feathers. Spurs and Feathers up there from Cock County. Hey, by the way, when you drive back to Cincinnati, you ought to put on your thing Roost Arena. They have a cockfighting arena right off the interstate up there. Did y'all know about that? Did y'all know about Roost Arena? You knew about it? As we come back on the other side, Heflin thinks I'm lying. As we continue on the... I had a guy one time come up to me. They have a rooster fighting arena. It's called Roost Arena, right over the Kentucky border. A guy came to me one day and showed me the schedule. Like it's like a... We take a brief... What am I doing? I don't know. We take a brief time out. We're live at Calhoun's on the river. The service here is incredible. The people are incredible. The sights are incredible. The food is always fresh, factual, and furious. It is your spot, ladies and gentlemen, before, during, and after the game this weekend. Set it up as home base. I'm proud to see the UC fans here. The Miami of Ohio fans are out here today. We come back on the other side after this.
It's the hottest postgame show on the planet. Garza Law, fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Hey, it's Chris Katchmar, pitcher with your Knoxville Smokies. It's a magical night of witchcraft and wizardry. That's right, it's Harry Potter night at the ballpark and post-game fireworks. See you there.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team started at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Listen up, baseball fans. It's time to step up to the plate and get some new Tennessee gear from Alumni Hall. Don't you dare swing and miss by shopping elsewhere. Alumni Hall has the best selection, top brands for you to choose from. Shop in store, 3 Knoxville locations, or Bristol or Murfreesboro. Anytime, online, anywhere in the world at alumnihall.com. Come grab your Tennessee baseball jerseys. Incredible. Oh, Coach Vitello's jersey, hats, decals, t-shirts, and so much more. Earn $10 in rewards for every $150 spent. Shop Alumni Hall, your ultimate Tennessee shopping destination. Go Vols from Alumni Hall. Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online performancemedicine.net.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you. Not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
Attention Vol fans, are you tired of complicated, clunky fleet technology that makes your job harder? Say goodbye to frustration and hello to Connexial, your hometown partner in logistics. It's time to rev up your operations with next level fleet management from Connexial. Connexial is here to keep your business on track with technology that works as hard as you do. Our game-changing ELD gives you more than just hours of service. With AI-powered dash cameras and real-time asset tracking, you'll have eyes on the road, cargo, and your fleet from anywhere, anytime. And the best part, our friendly US-based customer support team is just one phone call away. No more long wait times or frustrating tech talk. Just real people with real solutions. With Connexial, you get a professional team you can trust and easy-to-use products that keep you on the road. What do you say, Tony?
I'm ready. Make the smart move and call Connexial today.
865-888-6920. Learn more at Connexial.com. That's Konexial.com. Drive life with Connexial and go Vols.
Basilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
Yeehaw! Some people say betting online is still the wild, wild west. But with the VIP Play app, you're riding with the best. VIP Play app is hotter than a $2 pistol packed with flair. Live hosts and features finer than a frog hair. Send your old betting problems out of town with a slap. You'll be betting sharp as a tack on the VIP Play app.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Jeff Hall here. I'm a partner at Rather & Kittrell Capital Management. Life is full of transitions. Planning for retirement, managing investments, or navigating major life changes. Here at Rather & Kittrell, we're here to guide you through every step. Visit rkcapital.com or call 865-218-8400 to start your journey toward financial clarity today. Rather & Kittrell is a registered investment advisor.
WJBE 1040 AM 99.7 FM. Translator W259AB. Powell, Knoxville.
All right, Chef. Brian Hartman wants to know if that's your voice because it sounds just like you.
Stop.
On the VIP Play spot. Is that you?
Stop.
Look what Brian just texted me. I'm telling you, we think it's you.
Brian, I got something for you.
We think it's
you. You ain't going to like it.
They just opened up the deck now. The windows are open here. The breeze is blowing through. Could we get a better day?
We must be in Fort Myers.
Than what we have
It
right
looked
now.
horrible 15 minutes ago.
It was unbelievable, Andy. We're going to go to the phones at 865-200-5402. Couple of things I'm going to ask you before we go. One, do you agree with Tennessee's decision to stay status quo with their pitching tonight? Or would you have, in light of the fact that I think Cincinnati's going to win this first game and they like to run around, would you have saved Liam Doyle tomorrow for controlling the running game? Would you have thought about it?
Yeah, I would have thought about it, but the closer we've gotten to it, I think they're doing the right thing, going Doyle today.
I agree with that.
Put your best foot forward. You can't overlook anybody.
I agree with that.
Win the game. Win the game in front of you, and Liam Doyle is your best pitcher, so throw him.
Watson Brown said to me a couple days ago, he said, your team will take cues from you, and if you do things that are extraordinary, your kids know, and it'll create almost like a different vibe, and you don't want to do that. But I do understand people that are concerned about. Are you concerned? Like, let's say Cincinnati wins today, okay? Are you concerned about them running around on Phillips tomorrow? Yes or no?
They're going to run on anybody. I mean, so yeah, but you got to get to first base to steal second base, and he's 99 with an absolute hammer slider. He's got a changeup at about 93, which makes all of us mere mortals. That kind of pisses me off that he's got that much talent in his right arm. But he's a 1B. He's just as much of an ace as anybody. I think if he wasn't on Tennessee, then he'd probably be the Friday starter for most teams. But Liam Doyle is going to be a top 10 pick, and Marcus Phillips is going to be a late first, early second rounder. And so that makes him the number 2 man. But you feel good with Marcus Phillips playing anybody. But it is a little bit better of a matchup for Cincinnati. They're going to try to beat him the way that other teams have been able to. But when Marcus Phillips is on, then it doesn't matter what you do because you're not able to get to first base very often.
Liam Doyle has looked extremely mortal the last few starts. 1 to 10 scale, what's your level of concern for him tonight?
Like a 2.5, maybe a 3. I mean, he's had an extra day's rest. He's seeing a new team. He carried a heavy workload for this ball club, and looked like Arkansas, maybe Texas did as well.
Yep.
We're picking some things up. I think he had to be tipping something. So you think they put in a little work behind the scenes, make sure he's hiding the baseball, and let that fastball play. Because when it's up and it's carrying, nobody can. I mean, guys swing through it.
How much of this could be the blister on the hand, what we've seen from him?
I would have said more, other than he was sitting 99 in Hoover. It wasn't like his velocity was down, and you would think if the blister was an issue that he would be guiding it a little bit. So, I mean, he was ripping it. It was just looked like Texas was either guessing right, had a good game plan, and we're just going to ambush the thing. But the other thing, and this goes for everybody. This goes for Tegan Coons, A.J. Russell, Liam Doyle, Marcus Phillips. It doesn't matter if you throw 100 or 88. It's easier to hit 2-0 than 0-2
Amen
or 1-2.
to that, brother.
So,
and that getting behind hitter stuff.
You got to be ahead. And so, that was the
amen,
the rhyme and the reason for Doyle the last two. So he's just got to be attacking guys and be who he is. I think it's a nice reset for him. Nice reset for the entire team, but I think we'll see a good Liam Doyle tonight.
And then we'll go back to the phones. And I'm asking the living listener this as well. Is this a new season or level of concern with our defense tonight? Will. Hate to ask that, but...
It's a new season, yes. And this team will go as far as the defense takes them.
Berkey the other day didn't mince any words. He said if these guys play clean baseball, they go to Omaha.
Hey, Mike Rooney called us the most talented team in the country, and everybody thought that guy hated Tennessee. So, he's
been jocking the balls all week. Yep.
Doesn't doesn't seem to mince words about Tennessee often, but for him to call us the most talented team, you know he really means it.
I'm over on your website at VIP Play. You give us the 4th best odds to win the World Championship. Now, my question for you, the odds makers and everybody involved is, how are you going to do that when you don't field the baseball? I mean, it's very difficult when you're constantly giving up 4 or 5 outs. I just hope this team plays cleanly.
What'd your man Balsley say that one time?
People are allowed to get better.
Guys are what?
Allowed to get better.
Guys are allowed to get better. I'm
Shout
telling
out
you, postseason brings out something. And it may bring out a unbelievable Tennessee baseball team, or it may look the exact same, but we won't know until we put on our cleats and find out.
I love you, Willie. Let's go to the phones. The great Will Heflin will be with you tonight. He's doing double duty right now because he loves it so much. Will, how does it feel for you to be on this side of the microphone now after all these years and to be out here and see all these great people on the deck at Calhoun's on the river that have come out on an inclement day to hang out with us? Isn't this very cool, the vibe out here?
Yeah, it's cool. I just want to see somebody from Wake Forest show up. They feel a little bit disrespectful, not even giving us, they can't bring one fan over here. They got that little confidence.
I think they're going to have about 3 people. I'm telling you, this is a game tonight for them where this afternoon where family and friends don't even show up. They know what's coming. Let's go to the phones. Let's get Leroy in here, who's up next with us at 865-200-5402. Leroy, welcome in. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Leroy, I hear myself echoing back there. Come on, man. Talk to me. All right, bro, I put him on hold. Let's go back to our phones. If you want to jump in, 865-200-5402. William, welcome in.
What's up, Tony? How you doing today?
Hey, William. Great to hear your voice, man. One of the new Star Stud Stallion callers on here.
So, Miami, Ohio it is. They got a solid ball team, right? Miami, Ohio?
Sure do, William.
Hey, they got some guys, as I like to say, they got some good ball players, man. First of all, that's a good level of baseball that Miami of Ohio plays. Secondly, they've got a kid who we'll see tonight who is the pitcher of the year in their league. His last time out, he threw 125 pitches. They will not, talking to their head coach here today on the air, I can tell you right now, they are not going to be afraid of the moment. We had Dizzy Payton on with us yesterday from Northern Kentucky. Dizzy Payton said, I can tell you this right now, that team will not be afraid of that environment on Friday night, and they will not give you things. You're going to have to – Tennessee's going to have to execute tonight if they want to win that game. Now, Tennessee should win the game, but they're going to have to execute tonight with the bat and in the field and on the mound and all that stuff.
You're right. And Tennessee, I think they have an overall better record than Miami of Ohio. I think.
Will, is that right? I'm not in the numbers. Tennessee have a better record than them.
Yeah, I think Miami's right around 40, 41 wins.
Yep.
So Tennessee a couple games better overall.
You know what's crazy about the 41 win thing, or us having a 43 wins? That's like a disappointing year.
Yeah.
That's a benchmark season for most teams, right, Will, in the sport?
Oh, yeah.
If you get to 40 wins, if you get to 40 wins, you're playing in the NCAA tournament. For us, it's like, oh, ho-hum. That team last year won 60 baseball games, Will. 6-0. That's insane. Tony, coming into this year, they'd won 50. How many seasons in a row? 3, 4?
No, they did. I don't think they won 50 in 23.
Oh, that's right.
21 and 22.
They went on the road.
50.
You're right.
Yeah.
And also Cincinnati versus Wake Forest tonight. for today. Wake Forest is pretty solid, but so is Cincinnati. I'm going to go Wake Forest.
Will, I'm going to ask you in this game, who do you like, Will, in this game?
I like Cincinnati, but it's pretty it's a tight line. Wake Forest is favored. They're like minus 155 on VIP play last time I looked, and Cincinnati's about $1.15 plus 115, so could go either way. But Wake Forest has a ton of talent, but high in the walk category, and Cincinnati's willing to take their walks and string together innings, and I think that could be a slight advantage, especially on a neutral site.
Well, I'll tell you what's crazy, right? First of all, we've already had our first weather incident of the deal. Anthony Dasher, who we have on from time to time down in Georgia, is reporting that the start time between today's game, Georgia and Binghamton, suspended indefinitely due to incoming bad weather. The storms across the southeast, and again, we had something nasty happen earlier today down in Sweetwater. The storms are really going to play havoc this weekend, as they always do. You're going to have some crazy start times, some late night baseball. This is going to be a lot of interesting first round action here, William. I'll tell you what, people think I'm kidding. This Cincinnati team is a live dog all weekend. Now watch them go out and fall over themselves because I'm jinxing them. But I really do believe the way they play and the way that Tennessee and Wake Forest struggle at times to field the baseball. Hey, this Wake Forest club, they make us look tremendous defensively. Will, have you looked at their numbers? They throw the ball around. And they average 6 walks. They average 6 walks, Will, per 9 innings.
That ain't going to cut it.
That ain't going to cut it.
Now, they are rock solid at shortstop. Merrick Houston, going to be a first rounder.
Oh, they got a couple high ends.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But they've had some real head scratchers. I remember the series it was at home against Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech, one of the games, scored like 8 runs in the first, and Wake Forest was walking like 10 guys each game of that series. So that inflates those numbers a little bit. But, you can certainly see if they're teetering a little bit, you've got an opportunity to jump on them. So whoever plays them in this regional is going to certainly want to jump out and not let them kind of build momentum, because they're talented enough. They went down there and smacked Florida State as well on the road. So it's kind of, all in or all out for this Wake Forest team.
Hey, Willie, anything else for us? Or William, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. But and for this 6 o'clock game tonight in Knoxville, Tennessee, Miami, Ohio, I have my what I call Tennessee bandana here, orange and white checkerboarded, my Tennessee mini football helmet. I'm wearing my national championship shirt. I'm wearing my Tennessee hat. I'm going Tennessee all day, every day, baby.
You fired me up, you focused me, and you prepared me with your energy. Let's get Florida in here, who's up next. Florida, welcome in. By the way, shout out to the Lady Vol softball team yesterday. Let me say this with the Lady Vol softball team yesterday. There are bad beats. People that gamble know that. There are beats and there are bad beats, and then there are bad beats. That yesterday was bad. I'm talking like, wow. I'm talking like Philadelphia sports history is jealous of what they did yesterday in that 9th inning. I mean, my Rona me, as we say in Espanol. You talk about pulling a defeat from the jaw of victory. The way that game ended yesterday. Back to our phones we go. Jeez Louise. We get our next call in. Florida, welcome in.
Man, all you do is deflect. Now, everybody knows, even your fans know, She should have walked that girl. She been smacking them out all day, and y'all pitched to her. That's the dumbest stuff I've ever seen in my life. You pitched to the Barry Bonds of the ladies. You pitching to Barry Bonds, and she slammed one out on you. A 3-run home run, bro.
Well, the fact that, and I'm not here to second guess anybody because it ain't my style, but let me tell you this, Florida. It's kind of like Will Heflin's batting, right? And I got you on deck, and I've got a base open. I'm going to walk Will Heflin, and I'm going to pitch to you, Florida.
There you go, deflecting again.
Huh?
You're deflecting.
Again.
It's called simple math. If I know a 3-run home run's going to beat me, you know, they say, though, Will, right? Here's strategy 101. But there's exceptions to all rules. You don't walk. You don't put the winning run on base because they were down 2. Do you think there's exceptions to all rules, Will? Do you agree? I'm not asking you to second guess anybody here, but in baseball and softball are similar. I got somebody that can hit the ball out of the park they already have in the first inning, so they obviously see the ball well off this pitcher. And she really is the only player that Oklahoma team has. That's the only real power threat they have. To me, if you're going to pitch to somebody like that, you do not give them a pitch to hit in that spot, at the very least.
There is usually an exception to every rule. Case being the contact play, who the great Ben McKee, who's in the house. Shout out Ben McKee. We go back and forth on this one. I'm a believer in the contact play. He's not so much. The exception is the ball's got to get past the pitcher, right? If you're going on first contact, runner on third, less than 2 outs. So similarly, you don't put the winning run on first base or the go-ahead run. But the exception certainly would be Barry Bonds. And so I guess they decided that the young lady at the plate was not quite Barry Bonds, so they took a shot, and it bit him right in the mouth.
I'll tell you this, man. Hey, Florida, that young lady, she didn't hit that ball out. She hit that ball. I mean, that thing was hit so hard that the center fielder didn't even move. That thing was hammered, Florida.
She hit it to Tulsa, Oklahoma. But, Tony B, I'm going to give you, since you and Will are trying to kind of scatter your way out, the Anaheim Angels played the New York Yankees the other day. You know how many times they walked Aaron Judge?
How many times, Florida?
Twice. Because they weren't going to let him knock on no home runs out of there, bro. But guess what? If you're trying to, the object of this game, Tony B, is to get your win in.
I agree with that.
She wasn't that coach, man. You talking about some of your fan base need to be on somebody's ass. They
no.
Her butt, Tony B.
Come on, man. They're in the World Series. I ain't getting on anybody. It's in the College World Series. That's crazy.
Now you could say it was a Tony B.
Hey, you could say it was a bad beat, but that woman's at the pinnacle of her sport. She's going to win a national championship sooner or later. It might happen this year. I'll tell you, though, if that Lady Vol team gets up after that bad beat yesterday, they got my vote. Because that's difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult, Tony B. And like I said, your Lady Vols are playing. Guess who they playing tonight? The number 3.
Hey, Florida. It's already business as usual for y'all. East Carolina just took a 1-0 lead over in Conway. Already business as usual. Y'all are losing.
That's all right, man. That's why they play the innings, bro. You
right.
just hate to see us do anything. That's why they play the innings, bro.
That's right, Florida. Tony's hating.
Florida, how about you coming on here trying to dunk on Lady Vol softball? I mean, that's a damn low for you, dude. What's wrong with you?
I'm dunking on all the balls. I don't care. I don't give a damn which ball it is. I'm dunking on all of them.
Gotta respect it.
I don't respect it. Oh, I don't respect it.
I'm a gay.
Florida, you're my man. I love you. Florida, 8 or 9 conference games. What are you voting for in football? Where are you?
9. You if you want to win the chip, you gotta play the teams, bro. If you want to win the chip, play everybody, beat everybody.
That's one thing you're not going to say about Florida is that they've had an easy schedule. I don't think anybody's had it tougher than them the last 2 years. Golly.
I've never seen anything. Right. I've never seen anything like what they're doing.
They ain't ducking, are they, Florida?
No.
We are not going to duck. We're going to come right at you, and that's what we're supposed to do. We got the same hard schedule this year, Tony B, but this time, y'all going to be on the losing end of it. Just mark
I want to talk trash. I want to talk trash to you so bad about how we're going to beat you this year on the football field, but I'm not going to do it, Florida, because I'm not going to do it. I'm a smart man. I mean, look, I'll talk a lot of trash, and I'll get way out over my skis. But me talking trash on you would be like a ski jumper with one ski getting up there thinking he's going to land the jump.
Yeah.
Thank
you,
Florida.
You're going to be wide world of sports.
Florida, you're my man. I love you. 865-200-5402. I want to hear from you at 865-200-5402 if you're coming in for the game. Ewad, get over here. Come here. Oh, he's eating. All right. I'll get him in here in a minute. The great Eric Waddell just walked in. And we'll look at the weather now. Now we've got cloud. Carlos says it's going to rain again. You like this weather? Every 20 minutes it's raining?
No. I don't like rain at all. It's not good for baseball, not good for golf. You need it, just,
It's great for golf. Let me ask you something.
It should rain just like overnight. But
soften the greens up. Let me ask you something. In your life, nobody wants to give in and intentionally walk somebody when they're on the mound. I know Carlin Pickens didn't yesterday. Nobody does. What's it like for you when that manager says walk them? How many times that happened in your career?
You don't have to do it anymore.
I know that
because you can just
when they put them on, right?
It happened once. It happened once when I was on the mound. It was J.J. Blade who went 4th overall to the Marlins.
Thank you.
I didn't feel bad. The guy had like 26 jacks at that point because we played him late in the year. I think he finished with like 26, but he was already close to 20. And
in the back of your mind, are you thinking, I don't want to pitch this guy, please put him on? Or
no, as a competitor, you always feel like you've got to at least lie to yourself and want to go at the guy. But the coach's job is not to make decisions with your ego in mind. The coach's job is to try to win the game. And so if the guy standing on deck is the lesser of the two hitters, then try to get him out, especially if you have a base open. But again, when it's the tying run and you don't have the game-winning run and you don't have a base open, or even if you do, if it's the game-winning run, why would you give them first base? So,
have you ever seen, like, in your pitching days, a pitcher get like visibly angry when a manager puts somebody on? And do they come back into the dugout and say something? You ever seen that?
I haven't been around it, no. I do remember I remember we were kind of facing a decision. It may have been LSU and like a freshman Dylan Cruz who was coming up.
Wow.
And Redmond Walsh was on the mound, Tennessee's all-time saves leader.
Shout him out.
And Frank Anderson calls time, literally is walking out to the mound to do a visit and ask Dylan Cruz if we should put him on. He was like, you want us to throw it to you? Just like crazy, man. I forget. It may not have been Dylan Cruz. It was somebody. And we decided.
Anderson engaged a batter? He's crazy enough to talk to a batter?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like kind of mess with him. We ended up pitching to whoever it was. I think Redmond struck him out. Ain't that something? But
hey, that story that
it may have been Sean Humley on the mound. I'm sorry.
But that story that Evan Russell tells about that Vandy game that day, where Frank looks at him and says, hey, go end this effing game. Go hit a home run. We're sick of this. Frank's classic, isn't he?
What did Evan Russell do? He hit his third of the day.
He goes, just go hit a home run, man. Let's go home. Let's go home, bro. 865-200-5402. Baseball's such a fun. Baseball's an interesting game because you just never. Oh, it was Max Ferguson against Arkansas. Brian's reminded me. That's right. It was Max Ferguson. There were so many flashpoint moments with your team that year And
walk-offs are
those
contagious.
2 years, there were so many flashpoint moments. Those 2 seasons. 865-200-5402. Want to hear from you. We'll come back on the other side, get some more calls in as we roll it back right after this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
Hey, it's Chris Catchmar, pitcher with your Knoxville Smokies. It's a magical night of witchcraft and wizardry. That's right, it's Harry Potter night at the ballpark and post-game fireworks. See you there.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Peace of mind is priceless, especially when it comes to your home safety and your family's comfort. That's why the pros at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling created the Peace of Mind Maintenance Plan. Preventative maintenance for HVAC and plumbing is like changing your vehicle's oil, and experts recommend scheduling regular system checks to keep everything running smoothly. With Peace of Mind, you can safeguard your home from unexpected costly breakdowns and repairs. You'll get tons of benefits, including full system checks on HVAC and plumbing systems, water heater flushes, sewer camera inspection, 10% automatic discount on repairs, priority bookings, no service fees, and much more. Monthly service plans are as low as $20.25 per month, and total annual services are valued at over $1,500. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to sign up or schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire. Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our Gold Bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hi there, Basilio crew. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. If you're thinking about selling your home, I've got good news for you. The East Tennessee and Knoxville areas are projected to have another strong year. I'll be happy to talk with you about the latest and greatest info you need. So give me a call at 865-694-5904 or contact me at nextmovesmokymountains.com. Hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols.
Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler for
Hey,
Advent.
whoa. Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's Easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you. Back to our busy phones we go as we welcome you back. It is a great day to be alive and well with you right here, live today. Calhoun's on the river where we be. Incredibly great day. Cincinnati and Wake Forest getting ready to get it on. We're watching some action right now from the Florida Regional out here on the deck. Already have a few rain delays around the country. It's going to be kind of a crazy weather day. I don't think the weather is going to impact us here. Knock on wood. We'll see what happens. But let's get W. Lynn in here, followed by Titans William. W. Lynn, welcome in.
How are my friends and Patriots doing today?
Hey, W. Lynn, welcome in, brother.
You're talking about our fan base and everything, Tony. That's that Scots-Irish culture, which is the mountains and the hills, mixed with Italians, Germans, people from all over the world moving here. We like a bottom-up philosophy. We don't like people. We don't like authority like the NCAA or people telling us how to run our life.
You're exactly right, man. They feed on when Tony Vitello is walking around like a wild man screaming at umpires. They love that stuff here. Love it.
And he don't even have to be screaming at the umpire. Just be out there screaming. And, just that gets people fired up around here. And
yep.
I'm going to tell you, I talked to Jinxie. Porch 13 is going to be rocking tonight. Somebody asked him, what are we doing for food? And he said, if you want food, bring it or go get it. We're worrying about winning a regional game tonight. And I gave up my ticket for Melinda Adams, John Adams' lovely, beautiful wife. And John and Melinda are going to the game. I have authorized her to wave the state flag. And Jinxie and Flame are going to teach her how to do the figure eight and wave the flag. Not John, Melinda.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust John Adams with your flag. You give John Adams your flag, somebody below is going to get hit in the head with it.
Yeah, so Marcos Garza's rushing home from the beach with his family. He might be running out on that porch in the middle of the wind-up for the first
Who else
pitch.
is out there, W. Lynn? Who else is going to? Let's go to the guest list.
No, I don't have it. I don't have the guest list, but it's going to be some of the old regulars. Mike and Kim.
Mike and Kim. Yep, I know them. Yep. Mike and Kim.
The Garza people, Jinxie, Flame.
Flamey.
I'm not sure who else. But,
will Justin Denny be over there, 3 porches down? Will he be 3 porches down?
Justin Denny will be there. We always interact with him. And, of course, TLD Logistics are always down there right below us.
Will Joe Nathan be down there below you? Let's break it all down here.
I hope so. And if everybody's going to be like our porch, we're going to be rocking and rolling out there. This is the NCAA's. It's time to not play around. We got to win games now. And that's what's going on over there this weekend, and I'm so fired up about it.
That's a great thing. Look, I know that we got somebody here look at us over here. We got somebody coming in through the outdoor over here at Calhoun's on the river. I know we're going to have a great day when I see somebody trying to make a maneuver like this coming down that hill. I'm for it, not against it. I want total. What is this person doing? No, you better not turn around and oh my gosh. Somebody's getting ready to drive the wrong way down Neyland Drive. Good night almighty. We're starting early here. W. Lynn, how do our Vols play tonight? Do they get out of the weekend, in your humble opinion?
Yes, we get out of the weekend. I think we go 3-0. We're coming to play, and I'm loving every minute of it, and I'm pulling for the Bison in Arkansas. Get them knocked out completely. That way we could possibly host next week. But it's on. It's NCAA time. And like you said, I can remember the days after Coach Delmonico left in that wilderness era. I was like, man, I hope we can go 36-20 at least. And now, like you said, we get 40-some wins, and people just take it for granted. You cannot take anything for granted in college sports.
W. Lynn, you could be the man. I hope you have a Dwight Gooden, and it's a pleasure talking with you. And I do think Tony Valls needs to get back to screaming at umpires. Ho, 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 ... UC. There he is, Eric Waddell, ladies and gentlemen. Right on cue. Ewad, how we doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. What an exciting and beautiful day here in East Tennessee.
Ho, ho, ... UC. You guys, your chant comes from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Say. All right, stop. Whoa. All right, Ewad, are you guys a live dog in this first game, or have I jinxed you to all to high hell? Which one?
I think that we're definitely a live dog in this first game. I don't think Wake Forest is ready for what is about to be cooking.
Matt Dixon, do you believe Tony Basilio could have put the kibosh on Ewad's Cincinnati boys? And may I say, you're looking rather sporty in your shades. You're looking rather sporty today in your shades.
You absolutely just jinxed the hell out of them, unfortunately. And Ewad kind of knows it. He's just.
I know. He's
hoping that maybe he can avoid it for once, but.
These poor people.
You hammered it home all week on air.
These poor UC fans have driven down for this thing, and they're like, "Man, we love that you're on our side."
Please.
And little do they know.
Yeah.
Everything that I touch in sports turns to soot. Hey, you guys have a great time. Thank you for being here today.
You about broke W. Lynn a minute ago, even asking the question.
Well, this thing, I'll tell you guys, that this is going to be wild today. Hey, Heflin thinks that there will be over four of these host sites. 4 teams will not live to see next week. Do you believe that?
Yeah, that's a good number. Yeah.
What is it usually? Do we have any idea?
I mean,
what it
I don't know
usually
which
is?
4, but
yeah. I used to have it. I haven't looked it up this year, so
yeah.
I would think it's probably.
Is it like 3.5, 2.5?
Yeah, probably.
So it might go to 5 or 6.
I would say about probably 8 of them. Yeah, I mean, usually 4 or 5 get to Omaha. At least. And I don't know if that'll happen this year, because I just think the thing's so wide open.
This thing's gonna be wild, isn't it? So you're talking about the 8 seeds. I'm talking about the 16 seeds this weekend. Of the 16 host seeds, how many of those get beat, you think? What's the number?
I'd say 6 to 8. I just
that's
don't
gonna
think.
That's going to be a lot of disappointed people, man.
Well, the one good thing that's going on with baseball right now, I think, is, and I define it as good. Others might not agree, but I think that there's growing parity because of what's going on with the NIL and other things. I mean, I think that, for example, that gives a school like, there's a difference in the finances between the two schools, but it gives Cincinnati a chance in an event like this to at least go out and compete. Doesn't mean they're going to win the thing, but they can go out and compete. And Tennessee, has the finances, but again, that allows them to use those finances to build the kind of teams that Tony has been able to put together the last few years. Not that he wouldn't be able to do it anyway. He's that good. But, yeah, I mean, the finance of things has changed, and I think it's made it a little bit tighter.
But you know what? Like, that Cincinnati team, they're very like, that's an example of when I'm playing the sport at their level with their finances, the way they approach the game is how I'd play it, Matt. I would put pressure on those big boys when I get on the field with them. And I think they could crack that, all kidding aside, I think they could crack that Wake team today.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, jump on them
that would
early.
scare me. If I was Wake.
Yeah, well, it's just that playing style and going, 90 feet. Like, it's really almost more demoralizing to your team
demoralizing.
Than, like, when you see guys, you have a ball bounce in the dirt and a guy gets a free pass, and then,
Kentucky, that series urinated me off.
You get a bunt down the third base line and you don't field it, so then there's 2 guys on. Like, it's just, it's really frustrating, and it feels like you're trying to catch up to getting outs, and in a way that piles on more than home runs do.
Now, if Cincinnati shows up and they're hitting the ball out of the park, Wake Forest shows up and their power game's going, Cincinnati will go home today.
That's trouble.
That's how the game's played. I mean, that's the nature of the deal.
Wake plays in a more hitter-friendly park than Tennessee does. Like, it's a smaller ballpark than even here.
Really?
So that's why they have those inflated numbers.
Wow.
So
I did not know.
I do think like Cincinnati and Miami will both probably hit home runs.
With the breeze
I wouldn't
today.
discount that at all.
With the breeze today and the way the wind's kind of swirling around here, and it is a windy day out here. When you look at, is this going to be a hitter's day or is this going to be a pitcher's day?
It's been pitcher's days for like 80% of the games this year. It's been blowing in from
and
right field, or at least from right to left.
It looks like it's. I'm looking at the flags.
Yeah.
It looks like it's blowing in right now.
It's been that way for a lot this year.
We're going to go back to our phones. Titans Yams wants to speak.
Yamsy.
We've had a really great caller roster here this hour. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Last time, I believe Wake Forest had a real good team when they played against LSU, and they had that hippie pitcher. Wake Forest had that hippie pitcher whose name I forgot. He looks like somebody in the 60s.
I think he plays for the Reds now.
The hippie pitcher from Wake Forest? Yeah.
He actually plays for the Reds.
How about that, Ewad? Plays for your Reds.
That brings up a lot of questions.
The hippie dippy pitcher, Ewad. Bill, anything else for us?
Yeah, my Karen Weekly impersonation.
Wait a second. What are you doing? What's this guy doing right now? Do that again, but what is he saying?
My Karen Weekly impersonation.
You're out of here. You're out of here. You are out of here.
Yeah.
That is off-putting, man. You got to be kidding me. Stick a fork in him. I mean, for him to come on here and do that, that's offensive. Matt, are we going to play clean baseball this week? I mean,
No. You just hope. No, I mean, why expect it? You just hope it doesn't get them beat. Like, that's what's going to be frustrating is if that's ultimately what gets them beat, because they're not going to clean it up. They're just not. They've played 60 games. They are who they are.
And if they do play clean, then it's something to celebrate.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
Hey, Titans Bill, I mean, what are you doing, dude? And Florida. The Lady Vol softball team made the College World Series, y'all. You know how hard that is to do that? I mean, that Nebraska team they beat last week, because, Matt, that's the thing about what happened to them yesterday is that's like your worst nightmare. That Nebraska team is unreal that Tennessee got through last week.
Well, they have the best player in the country.
She's unbelievable.
And somehow they weren't a host. They weren't even a seeded team.
And then Bill can't wait to come in here and dunk on them. I mean, that is...
I mean, they're still alive, are they not? I mean, it's a double elimination. I'm just saying, I know it's a long way
You don't
to
get
come
up
back.
from that.
No, you don't.
In team sports, you don't. No.
No.
When you have somebody beat... I mean, I'd be surprised if you win a game from there. It's just so... That's the thing about Tennessee's team,
drain.
too, this year. Well, that's the thing about the way Tennessee plays. And Heflin makes a really good point where the thing I'd like to see this weekend is if they make a few errors, I'd like to see the pitchers this week
get out of the inning.
Yes, pick guys up. Don't let 2 errors turn into a 4-run inning.
Or score 2 runs and then get a shutdown inning after that. Like that.
Yes.
That doesn't happen. They just don't carry momentum.
So I'm gonna shout out. We're gonna go with you till the top, till the Cincinnati game begins. E, good luck to you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Great seeing you, and I'm really hoping that you guys play well. I don't know if I want to play Cincinnati tomorrow, though. I think I'd rather play Wake. Am I wrong?
I'd rather play Wake.
You're with the concept?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cincinnati's leadoff hitter, I don't know if you've seen this. He's back.
He is going to play.
He's DHing.
He's a great player.
He leads them in home runs and stolen bases.
38 steals on the year.
He may not be their best player, but I would argue that he's their most important player. If he can
against
play,
Tennessee,
legitimately play, they are significantly better.
His one caught stealing this year is getting picked off.
So he's not been. When he
No,
steals, he gets.
He's not going to get thrown out. Yeah.
So he'll probably
That
he'll get thrown out twice against Tennessee then.
Oh, that's funny.
Let me tell you something. When Phillips is on the bump tomorrow, that kid won't get 3 feet off of the respect he's going to. We're gonna come back on the other side. We're live at Calhoun's on the river. It's absolutely phenomenal here. Ewad, good luck to your Bearcats today, man. Go enjoy the game.
Thank you. I'm
so glad you're getting to do this.
I am too, and I was glad I got to spend a couple minutes up here because this is the first time that I've gotten to enjoy
this.
enjoy
Isn't
this.
this a great setup here?
Oh, this is fantastic.
It's such a blessing. Hey,
Calhoun's has always been wonderful, but this makes it a whole different level.
When me and Bino talk on Fridays when we're out here, and we talk about the blessing of being here and the energy of being here, this is exactly what we're talking about. It is,
brother, you're gonna have a hard
privilege.
time not getting me to come to all of them now.
There you go. It's a privilege, man. Thank you,
right.
brother. Good
Take
luck
care.
to the Cats. Ho, ho, ho. As we come back on the others. Whenever.
What do the names Kirby Connell, Jordan Beck, Evan Russell, Drew Beam, and John Fulkerson have in common? When they have questions about the law, they call on Marcos Garza and the Garza Law Firm. The Garza Law Firm can handle anything law-related that may come your way. Join these VFLs and let the Garza Law Firm assist you. Visit them online at garzalaw.com. That's garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Jeff Hall here. I'm a partner at Rather and Kittrell Capital Management. Life is full of transitions. Planning for retirement, managing investments, or navigating major life changes. Here at Rather and Kittrell, we're here to guide you through every step. As a trusted advisor, we offer personalized wealth management tailored to your unique needs. Let us help you protect, preserve, and grow your financial legacy. Visit rkcapital.com or call 865-218-8400 to start your journey toward financial clarity today. Rather and Kittrell is a registered investment advisor.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics. Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash.
Attention Vol fans, are you tired of complicated, clunky fleet technology that makes your job harder? Say goodbye to frustration and hello to Connexial, your hometown partner in logistics. It's time to rev up your operations with next level fleet management from Connexial. Connexial is here to keep your business on track with technology that works as hard as you do. Our game-changing ELD gives you more than just hours of service. With AI-powered dash cameras and real-time asset tracking, you'll have eyes on the road, cargo, and your fleet from anywhere, anytime. And the best part, our friendly US-based customer support team is just one phone call away. No more long wait times or frustrating tech talk. Just real people with real solutions. With Connexial, you get a professional team you can trust and easy-to-use products that keep you on the road. What do you say, Tony?
I'm ready. Make the smart move and call Connexial today.
865-888-6920. Learn more at Connexial.com. That's KONEXIAL.com. Drive life with Connexial and go Vols.
a lime is not always just a lime. You see, some limes are lucky. For when a lime joins the salted rim of a crisp, refreshing Tres Dos Equis, that lime is no longer a mere lime, but a wedge of renowned Mexican limón. Muchas gracias, limón. And also, de nada. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. Shout out to those 2 Labrador retrievers out here today. I love them. They're beautiful. Tennessee and Whiskey is their names. And I just went down there and hung out with them, and they loved on me like an absolute world champion. I like dogs more than people, but that's just me. 865-200-5402 is the numero dos. If you want to get in the hunt and in the mix, I got about 9 minutes to play because I got to get over there. I'm going over to the stadium. I'm going to hang out and watch the Cincy boys. I like this, Matt. I like taking in the tournament. And I'm not going to be – I got the post-game duties at Willie tonight, so I'm not going to be able to be in the stadium tonight. So I'm going to go over there and watch some action this afternoon. We got rain around the region. It's raining on the Florida Gators right now. Give me a score update.
They're already down 4-0 to East Carolina.
Chris Burke, no. Berkey's such a jinx. Squeeze play Berkey's and for Basilio. I thought they're the hottest team in the country. Nobody can beat them, Berkey. You're kidding, right?
Listen to Adam Gold on that thing.
Are they really losing?
Yeah. Ironically, the first run of the tournament was scored on a squeeze play by East Carolina.
Hey, Florida, I would never revel in the demise of your Florida Gators, brah. But you're already down 4-0. They're the favorites. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're favored to get out of that region. Everybody just thinks that's a foregone conclusion. And they're already down 4-0 early. Now, they could come back, obviously. But this is going to be a crazy weekend of baseball.
And that East Carolina team, who's kind of like the Xavier basketball of college baseball, where they've made a bunch of tournaments, they've hosted a bunch, they've never made it to Omaha. They had to win the American last week just to get in. This is a down year for them, so it's kind of be funny if you remember. I mean, they hosted last year when Wake and Evansville went there, and they just their coach had all the Butch Jones sayings.
They were gone. They were gone like that.
Well, they lost to Evansville, and then they beat Wake, and then lost. Yeah,
that's right.
Evansville beat them twice.
You imagine those East Carolina people sitting there, they're hosting, and the freaking Purple Aces beat you twice. That Evansville bunch, as we saw, they were not to be trifled with, which is, again, brings me back to this. It's something that Willie's teaching me. There are ball players everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's the nature of the sport is you still have to execute. You're 60 feet 6 inches away. Tonight, Doyle has to execute. One thing about you and I, we were in full-throated agreement on this Doyle thing, right? Or where were you earlier in the week?
No, I would have thought they would have pitched Phillips tonight and saved Doyle, but it's not what they do. But the last couple of weekends, they had pitched Phillips first. I thought it was in preparation for this. They said it was scheduling and kind of that quirky deal with the Auburn series. So it's, it's not like Doyle's, peaking right now. He's had his 2 worst starts the last 2 times out. So
Hey, Matt, my Volunteer State pick 3, what do you think of it? I got us on the money line tonight. Yes or no?
Yes.
Cincinnati, money line, Wake Forest.
No
yes
chance.
Or no?
No chance.
Louisville, money line, ETSU.
Yes.
Let me, without further ado, bring our next caller in. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshy Boy. Joshy Boy, welcome in.
Thank you. How are you guys doing today?
Brother, I'm fired up, folks, and prepared for some baseball. How about you, my man?
I'm fired up, focused, and prepared as well, Tom. I'm going to give you my teams that could be on upset alert and could lose their regionals, the number 1 seed.
All right, let you run it by Matt. I want to see how many Matt agrees with. Hit it.
Texas.
No chance.
Georgia.
Yes.
Yes.
Vandy.
Ooh, Matt?
Slightly, but I think they get through.
Matt, why?
They're playing too well.
Matt, here's a problem, though. And I was talking to Billy Derrick about this morning. They're facing teams that hit home runs, and they can't.
Yep.
And
it's deep trouble.
And Louisville plays like they do. I mean, Louisville beat them in a midweek game.
Yeah.
But,
if they get up,
they got a tough draw.
They got a real tough draw.
They do. And Southern Miss.
Come on, Tom Marine.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom Marine.
Yeah, because they'd won 18 straight until they lost the conference finals, so they're just due for some bad luck.
Uh-oh.
And the last 2, Matt, UCLA and Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is always a team that can bow out early in this deal. I don't know anything about UCLA.
Left Coast baseball, man. What's left of it
in
on
the
left coast?
The Big Ten.
In the Big Ten. I mean, what a dream that's got to be for those kids from UCLA.
Yeah. I got a question. I don't know if I asked you the other day or not, Matt. So I know Doyle is starting tonight in Game 1, but I kind of would have thrown Phillips tonight in Game 1 and thrown Doyle tomorrow in Game 2. That way, if you win the first 2 games, you only got to win 1 more, and the other team has to win 2 games in Game 3. What do you guys think?
I do think because Doyle pitches tonight, in the event you have to play Monday, he could potentially give you an inning or 2.
And he's
because let's be honest, is this team going to win 3 straight games? I mean, when's the last time they've done that against quality teams? Back when they swept Florida?
Right. I mean, I'm not.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
No. If we're not playing Monday, it'd be a miracle. You're right.
True. Yeah.
What's the start time Monday if they play? Is that TBD?
They would have to. Chris Burke would decide.
You like that parlay? Hey, you need to jump over there and play that thing. Get long and strong, brah.
I bet Joshy Boy has limits on VIP play. He wins so much.
Nah, well, Joshy Boy, you're my man. I love you. You're my guy. Hey, enjoy the weekend. All right, Matt, on the way out, who's the pick to click this weekend? Who has a big weekend for the Vols?
Gavin Keelan.
Keelan?
Yeah, struggled down the stretch. Had 2 big hits against Texas. I think he's got it going. And I mean, we've talked about his defense all year, but Dean Curley's swinging about as well as anybody not named Andrew Fisher.
And Fisher right now, I think Fisher's going to go crazy. Here's the thing about it. When you're as hot as Fisher, you've been on base every game you've played. What am I thinking? Obviously, sooner or later, the check comes due. Mm-hmm. I don't know that it comes due for him.
Well, he finds a way. You know, he works
unbelievable.
Walks.
I love him. But, Matt, thanks for coming down today. Incredible. Great job in the blog today over at tclub.team. Matt reigns supreme today in the blog, as does Brian Hartman. Check us out over at tclub.team
I'm
tonight.
blogged every day this week.
Brian is pump, as my brother Steve likes to say. P-U-M-P.
Brian's my pick to click for this week because he's been all over it on the blog.
Yes. Brian might even make an appearance on that post game tonight, the way this thing's going. He's all in. I mean, this cat is all in. In the meantime, I love you. I appreciate you. We thank you for being with us. I want to thank my friends at Calhoun's on the River. Remember, before, during, and after the game. This is a spot for you. We love you. We appreciate you. G to the B to the O, and enjoy your baseball weekend. Go Vols.
WJBE 1040 AM 99.7 FM. Translator W259 AB. Powell, Knoxville. WJBE 1040 AM 99.7 FM. Translator W259 AB. Powell, Knoxville.
Ladies and gentlemen, we installed him as a 5-1 dog to get in here. Before the first segment, we were talking about John Adams, who's presented by Jennifer Morris. Next move.